Hey guys, welcome to BlakeWrTv on YouTube. This is my channel and today we're doing some cooking in the kitchen. As you can see, we're doing some curry goat. Today we have our meat already washed and cleaned for you guys, and we have our season lined up. We are using some authentic Grace Jamaican season, and we got our curry here for our curry goat, and we have allspice. There's no curry goat tastes good without having some allspice on it. You definitely need allspice. Pimento is for everything. Over here we have some sweet potatoes, Jamaican style. Our cocoa from Jamaican same way, and we have some Ghana yam from Africa, which is good. I love this yam, and we have some white yam as well. So we're gonna cook some food with this, and over here we're gonna start clean up our meat. We already washed it already. We'll go ahead and cut it up and start to season it up. So let's get right. Okay, we are back. So first thing first, we need to go through and cut up the curry goat. We're gonna cut up the goat meat very small because we don't want it too big. We don't want to cut it up small, you know what I mean? So everybody can get some. You know what I say? Cut up it too big, you won't be able to share. Alright, let's go through this and just do the cut up thing. Yeah man, curry goat is a long time cuisine from Jamaica, you know? Every Jamaican know this. Let's go through and clean up the thing, you know? And we're gonna deal with the curry goat, and then we're gonna cook down the yam and them thing there. So man, so some nice delicious food today. Starting looking good already. And while the meat is cut up, I want to show you guys over here. We have our onion. We got to put the onion, and we have carrot, and we have some Irish potato. We have some Irish potato, onion, and carrot. We're gonna cut that up on the curry goat. You understand? Give it the nice flavor before we do a cook down thing. Alright, let's put it back in here. But we're gonna do a second wash. And this time when we wash it, we're gonna put some vinegar on it to give it that good nice smell. So we put some vinegar to get rid of the raw smell. Nice and fresh curry goat. Alright. So we're gonna go ahead now and let's pour some vinegar on it. The vinegar sterilizes the meat. It's very good when you put vinegar on your meat. And we're gonna go and wash it one more time. Yeah man, cooking curry goat is very easy, you know what I mean? You just follow the step-by-step process, and you will have a very delicious meal. Yardman style, you know? Drain off your water and thing. Just like that. Alright, let's wash my hand off. Get rid of the raw smell, so we can start go ahead and put in the seasoning and thing. Alright, the first thing we are gonna do is put on some garlics. We'll put some garlics. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and put in the garlics. This is the garlic powder already been ground and refined, so we can go ahead and put the garlics in just like this. You don't want to go hard, just take your time and just put a little bit over it and just get something and just stir it in, and that should be good enough. We have our wooden spoon. We'll go through and just stir it to mix the garlics in, and you can put a little bit more for those of the goat meat that was under the bottom. Put a little bit more garlic season. You know, so garlic is an authentic spice, which is very healthy for you. Have a lot of medical benefit using garlics. Next thing we're gonna go through, and we're gonna put in a little bit of lemon pepper. You see this? Lemon pepper. Give it that nice lemon flavor with a little bit of pepper at the same time. And then we just go through and mix that in. Some people use their hand to mix it still, but you know, really, you don't really need to use your hands to mix it. You can just use a thing like this and mix it in. That way you don't get your hand raw up in the meat. Alright. Second thing we want to do, we want to put some onion. Some onion, so we'll use some of this. And we also want to use some of the real onion. You see it? We have the onion powder and we have the real onion. We're going to use both of them. First, we're going to go ahead and put in the onion powder. Alright, so we have an onion already peeled and clean up. So we're going to go ahead and just cut up our onion. Just like that. And you can just slice it up. Just like that. If you're scared of the knife getting your hand cut, you just can put it on the board. And you can dice it up on the board like that. But for me, I'm used to the cut up things. So I know to protect myself from getting a cut while I'm doing this. But whatever I see for you, whatever you feel that is the best way for you to do it, you can go ahead and do it just like that. Whatever works for you. So we cut up the onion. And once the onion is cut up nicely, we'll just go ahead and spread the onion over the curry goat. Just like that. So we just take all of this up and we just add it in. Give it a nice flavor with the onion. Just like that. I'll just go ahead and stir this up. Get all this fermented properly. Give it that nice smell. Coming along very easy. Very nicely. Yard man thing, you know. Alright, so now that the curry goat have the onion, it has the lemon pepper, it has the garlic powder, and it has the onion powder as well. So the next thing that we want to put on this now is something that I really like to put on my meat. And you can really use this on any kind of meat. Doesn't matter what you're cooking. Turmeric. Turmeric has a lot of health benefit. So it's good to use this on pretty much anything you're cooking. So go ahead and put a little bit of turmeric in it. It's kind of have the same flavor as the curry. You give it the same kind of texture. That yellow flavor what we use to our curry chicken or our curry goat. You know, it gives the same type of texture. But not as yellow as the curry. And we just go through and just stir it up to get everything fermented properly. So now that the turmeric powder is properly mixing the goat meat, you can go ahead and put some thyme. Them have a Jamaican thyme but we don't have today, so we're gonna use a Spanish thyme. One that we have freshly grown in the kitchen. So here it is. Freshly grown Spanish thyme in the kitchen. So we just go ahead and pick a few leaves. Right, just like this. We are harvesting it just like this. Just pick out a few leaves here and there. That way it can easily grow back and replenish. So we can use it again on something else. Go ahead and wash them properly. This is ingrown, so you know it's very clean, you know what I mean? It's not like outdoor. We don't need no peroxide. We don't need no chemical to kill nothing from it. So it's very nice and fresh and clean. Go ahead and put it right here. And we're just gonna cut it up. Just like that. If you know if you cut up weed,
You know, if you cut up time. Yeah, man, Bob Marley thing. Bob Marley thing. All we know about weed, or otherwise called ganja. But you know, we're not really smoking right now. We're just using the same technique to cut up our nice thyme. You have a nice aroma, nice smell to it. Give your meat that nice texture and flavor. A savor in your mouth when you're eating it. Alright, just like that. Just mince up the nice. So that means all the potency get into the meat. And once you finish, just take it up and just add it to the mixture like this. Just like that. Very easy. Get all of it in there. I need all of this good flavor. Alright, so again we're gonna go ahead and just mix the scene as well in our curry goat mixture. We haven't put the curry on yet, and as you can see, it start to get yellow. It start to take on that curry looking authentic flavor that we used to. And this is just the turmeric doing all of that. Alright, so now that we have our meat seasoned very nicely, we're gonna add a few more things to it. And the second thing we're gonna add to it is the allspice season, or otherwise called aka Jamaican pimento. And you already know what the pimento does to give you the perfect flavor on your curry goat. So we're gonna go ahead and move this out of the way, put the potato over here, and we're gonna make some space here. Get the meat over here, the board. Gonna use the board for kind of grind up the pimento. Okay, so all you have to do when you get ready for the pimento, obviously I don't have something to grind the pimento, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take a piece of file paper, put a piece of file paper on my cutting board, and then I put a piece of paper towel on top of the paper, and then all I need to do is just open it. This is the pimento bean. This is what it look like. I just pour it over here like this. Just pour enough that you need. I think that should be fine. And just cover it back. You want to keep this cover airtight, because if you don't keep it airtight, if you leave it like this open in the kitchen, after a while it's gonna vent out, and the potency of the bean is not gonna be as strong. So it's always important to make sure your clothes is properly in the kitchen whenever you store it back. And then now all you need to do with the bean is just to fold it. Fold it just like this. Just fold it. And you may ask why I'm folding it like this, because we need to beat it. Okay, now that we have the pimento bean in the file paper and the paper towel, all you have to do is just take a buckle or whatever you have and just beat it. Just beat it just like this. You can just roll it over it and crush it. Just like that. You can grind up like this as well. Just do it that way, yeah. Yard man style, you know. No fancy thing, just roll the bottle over it. And remember, you learn this at BlakeWrTv. Okay, so the reason why we use the paper towel inside, because when you beat it, the file paper sometimes bursts, and when the file paper bursts, the paper towel inside will hold all the beans, all the dust together properly, so it doesn't come out through the file paper. So it's very important that you use the paper towel along with the file paper on the outside. I believe them sell the allspice bean or pimento already come grind for you. So if you can get that one and avoid this process, you can do that as well. It's making things much easier. Alright, this is what it look like. This is what it look like when you finish. This is the final product. See that? Look much different from the first time we started. This is the grind up product, and this part right here, you can either beat it a little bit more. As for me, I'm gonna just give it a little bit more beat to get it even a little bit finer than this. The finer you can get it, the better for you. You get more of the herbs come out on the meat. Alright, that should be good at this time. So we're gonna go ahead, put back the meat up here, and we're gonna show you what it looks like again. This is what it looks like. This is Jamaican pimento when you grind it up. Just go ahead and just dump this out. Pour it out in the meat. Just like that. Give it that nice flavor. Just like that. Okay, like we did before, just keep stirring. Make sure this is very fermented in the goat meat. Give it that nice texture. Trust me, I can almost smell it already. It smells very tasty. The pimento, the lemon pepper, the garlics, and the turmeric. And guess what? We not even had the curry to it yet. The thing about curry, when you put curry on your meat, you wanna remember that the curry and the meat, you need to also add some curry to the oil. When you put the oil in the pot, you wanna add a little bit of curry to the oil itself, and just use a mixture and mix the curry with the oil that you're about to fry the goat meat into. Why you do that? Because when the curry will break down into the oil and give the meat a proper flavor. So that's another thing you can do. So now we're gonna go ahead and add the curry to the goat meat. And now we're gonna be officially curry goat. Okay, we're gonna do it just like that. Just put as much curry as you need in here. We're not overdoing it. I think that should be good, because we're gonna save some of the curry to put in the oil. So when you are frying, you put a little bit of curry in the oil as well. And like all our season before this one, we're going to go ahead and mix the curry into the goat meat. And trust me, it's smelling very nice at this point. So if you don't know how to make curry goat, I know a lot of you guys heard about curry chicken. This one is called curry goat. Same process, different meat. Curry goat is one of my favorite. You can either make curry goat with white rice, or you can make curry goat with like yam, banana, whatever you want. The Jamaican authentic cooking. You can make it with your sweet potato, your banana, your white yam, your yellow yam, whatever you want to use. Some people even use some Jamaican breadfruit along with it. So it's whatever you like for your taste bud. And you just mix it in as much as you can and make it fermented as properly. And the thing is though, when you mix the curry goat with the curry, you should never just go ahead and cook it right after you finish mix it. You want to put it down for at least 2 hours. 2 hours so it can ferment it properly and get all the season to absorb into the texture of the meat. So therefore when you cook it, when you eat it, you can have that nice taste. Alright guys, so now that our curry is properly seasoned up, we're gonna let it sit and fermented properly. That way we can get all the season to absorb into the texture of the meat. But before we do that, we have some more seasonal here we're not gonna be using. We got the browning, we got the jerk, we got the jerk sauce here again, and we have a lot of jerk season. We have another Caribbean jerk season right here. We have oxtail if you are making oxtail, we're gonna make another video again with the oxtail, so you guys can see how we make the Jamaican oxtail as well. So that is coming up in another video. So in the meantime, right now we're gonna put away this to sit and ferment it, and we have some carrots. We have some carrots over here. We're gonna go ahead and cut up the carrots, and we're gonna pour the carrots and the Irish potato or the sweet potato. We're gonna pour it over the meat and let it sit down while it's marinating. So we're gonna cook this later. Alright guys, so what we have our Irish potato, and as always we always wash everything so everything can be fresh. So we have 2 carrots. We don't need more than 2 carrots for the curry goat. So 2 carrot and 1 Irish potato is good enough. You don't need to put a lot of these. 2 carrot, 1 Irish potato. And put a little bit of pepper and sweet pepper, and you don't need tomato. We put tomato out here, but we're not gonna bother use the tomato for today. So let's go ahead and wash the Irish. Once you wash the Irish, you wash the carrot. Let's cut the ends off of the carrot just like this. You don't need the ends. And you can just scrape the carrot just like this. You know, the Jamaican style. Just scrape it. You don't need to peel the carrot. Some people try to peel carrot, but you don't need to peel carrot. Carrot really don't have anything to peel anyway. Just wash off your board again, get everything clean. And then now, some people actually peel the Irish potato. For me, I know from my research that the skin of the potato has the most health benefit. So for me, I don't like to peel my Irish potato. I just go through and cut out any little spot or any blemish on the potato that I don't want to be in my meat. And this is a nice potato. It doesn't have a lot of blemish. That means the farmer did not drop it. So it come out of the farm and it reached straight to the kitchen in a good shape, good condition. So all you have to do with the Irish potato, just cut it. Just cut it the way you want it. And then you just cut off the end them. You know, cut off the end just like that. Cut up your Irish potato. Give some nice good cut just like that. Everybody have them different style of cutting, so this is my style. And if this is your first time watching BlakeWrTv, remember to subscribe so you can see our other uploads, and hit the notification bell so you can be informed of what's going on in BlakeWrTv kitchen. Just like that. Cut up your carrot later on. And when you're making your curry goat, you don't want to put this in the pot too early when you're cooking it down. You want to cook your curry goat until the meat become tender and soft. You can either start to fry it or brown it on the stove in the oil, and then you can finish it off into a pressure cooker. Everybody know what a pressure cooker is, so we can just put in a pressure pot and just cook it down in a pressure cooker to get it nice and soft. And that also speeds the process of the cooking process by using a pressure cooker. But remember, you always brown the curry goat first in some oil. You don't have to use a lot of oil, just a little bit enough, because what you're gonna do, you're gonna really cook it down into a pressure cooker pot or a crock pot. So just like that. And remember, when you put in the carrot and the Irish, you want to put it in last, after the meat is thoroughly cooked. Do not put it into the crock pot. You do not want to put the Irish potato and the carrot in the crock pot along with the goat meat, because what will happen is that the curry goat take a longer time to cook. It requires a good cooking time, and the carrot, you know, carrot and Irish potato can steam, so you know they will become too soft and come out not so good or not so great. So just cut up a carrot just like that, just like this, and your meat. And you can put it down and cut it on the board, but as you see what happens when you cut it on the board, they tend to flow away. So I like to cut it in my hand, but whatever works for you. I like to cut it just like this, so I can keep better control over it. So this is the vegetable part to the curry goat. All of this is gonna put on top of your curry goat when you're actually steam it down. When it's fully cooked and you're finishing up, you pour this on top. This is one of the last thing you want to add to the pot. When you finish, pressurize it. You want to add this to finish up. And this is already cut. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna take the curry goat. Here our curry goat mixture, and we're just gonna add this on top of it. Remember, it's already seasoned already, so it's gonna add this on top of it. Some people can add this in a separate container. You don't need to put it on top of it if you don't want to, because when you're ready to cook this down or fry it down, you don't want to have the sweet the Irish potato and the carrot get in part of the frying process. And remember, your only thing, you're gonna brown it down for a few minutes to get that flavor and color on the meat. Okay, so move that out of the way, and we're gonna get a piece of pepper. This is a sweet pepper, or whatever you call it. Some people call it bell pepper, some people call it sweet pepper. Just wash it off nicely in the water, just like that. And remember to wash your board as well. Get your board just like that. Then you cut up your sweet pepper or your bell pepper, whatever you call it. It's the same thing to me. Just like that. When you finish, you just add this on top of the carrot and the Irish potato. And remember, guys, like I said before in the early part of the video, you don't want to cook this down. These season I'm putting our vegetable on top. You want to remove them when you're ready to brown your goat meat. Take them off the top. That's why I put them on top here. This is why I put them on the top, and I don't mix them in. I just put them on the top and let them sit, so the juice and the flavor can get into the meat as well. So this is what it looks like. Okay guys, so now that the meat is already seasoned up, everything is done at this point. The only thing left to do is to get some of this aluminum foil paper and just put a lid over it. So we go ahead and just cover it up, and we're gonna put it into the refrigerator to marinate for at least, how long was it again? Do you guys remember? 2 hours. Let it sit for 2 hours. Just cover it up just like this. And we're gonna just put it in the refrigerator and let it sit there so it can be fermented properly, getting it all tight. So that means all the seasoning and everything get to work into the meat to give the meat a proper texture. Cooking this too fast is not good, because cooking this fast, it will mean that the seasoning, all the work that you put into seasoning it up will just wash off into the gravy, and when you're actually eating the meat, you won't taste all of that good herbs and spice. So here we go. We're gonna go ahead and just stick this in the refrigerator now for 2 hours.